it's through a few bad operators. It's through a few bad operators. Why? Let me just get you that in. Get a little wiggle. Yeah, it's through a few bad operators. Reason why this industry gets so, what they call it, what we got here. That's a bad start foot there. I ain't even put no diesel in van. Oh, I'm not going to bother with van, not today. I think I've got half a tank. Yeah, a few bad operators give this full industry a bad name, and if somebody's had a bad experience, they tend to spread it about internet, or they spread it about the mates. Then word gets about, people put it on internet, and then everybody reads it, and then they don't believe the man that is actually doing the job day in, day out, a good 8 to 12 hours on most days. Now, go on, so 6 hours worth of blasting a day, rest of the time's pissing about, sorting stuff out. Oh shit, I should have put some in van. I've only got quarter of a tank. Yep, and that was right on cue. That was my diesel beep. Tell you something, it's a lot darker than it looks. That camera makes it look a lot brighter, sorry. The sun's only just cracking over hill down there. Yeah, it's just cracking a can open. Red Bull, by the way, not lager. Not at this time of morning anyway. So today we've got this one to sandblast. It's a sandblast. Let's have a quick look down here. Oh. It's quite a big boat, this one. Fills the dry dock up. Going to struggle with this area here. This is going to be a little bit tight. Let's get the anodes off it. I'm going to say it looks like 2-pack. It looks like it's failed. Piss poor preparation beforehand, it looks. Might even be blacking, I don't know. Oh, gonna watch all this lot. Ah, it's not that. I thought it was a crack, but it's not. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is remove all this lot to this line here. So I don't know what we're looking at. We're going to go to this line here, clean welds off so they can see welds, clean all this lot up so they can put some epoxy paint on it. Look at that. I might have to put that plate over there so I don't fall down it. Compressor's just changed note, letting me know that it's ready. I'm gonna get wet through here, aren't I? I've got a feeling I'm gonna get drenched. Let me get down this side. Ugh. That's gonna be tricky, trying to hit all that lot without getting wet. So I think plan is, I'll pull my pipe, because wherever sanction is, it's there. Is pull my pipe from there and start here. If I start about here, wherever my pipe will reach to, I can work that way around, chasing my pipe back, and then when I get to that corner, my pipe should be all nice and laid out, ready for coming up this side. We'll see how long this sheet lasts for. They've taped it up and stuff, but yeah, it's nearly impossible to try and stop all aggregate getting inside, or all mess getting inside, or whatever. You will get a bit, but it's not like it's going to stain out. It will just vac up easy enough anyway, so and wipe off whatever it gets on. Oh, camera's not going to pick that up, but that looks a bit. Right, I'm going to go get some, I can't get out that way, and I can't put board on here, so I can't get out this way neither, so just get my escape plan ready for when I need to. I'm going to come this way. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put that over that so I don't end up putting my foot in it. So we've got a bit of snotters left over in pot, and we've got iron silicate in. I'm going to switch over to glass in a bit so it'll look slightly different to what this does from start, but I'm just going to burn what I've got off in. Oh yeah, this is it's only black in this. This is going to be a nice thick boat, this. Although it's big, it's going to be easy. Oh, I like easy. I like real easy, and this is real easy. He paints that rubbing rail, so that's not a problem. Oh, I ain't got that much in pot. I thought I got more than that in pot. Yeah, I'm only using iron silicate because it's what's left over from another job. And I don't want to, I don't want to waste it really. It's a little bit overkill for this, but if it's waste anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it, I suppose? We're not doing the base on this one because it's not part of the job sheet, it's fully in for the sides. Just I'm glad anyway because I don't like laying underneath them. shot now. Yeah, I wouldn't have wasted that much anyway there. Probably about, I don't know, 10 kilograms or something. 6 kilograms. Yeah, we're empty now. Thing is, I need to make sure it's fully empty because that J-Blast, that iron silicate, flows at a different rate to flows to a different rate to what glass does. Look at the state of that now. So as long as we clear that pot out, whoa, that'll give you some idea on how much it kicks back this pipe. Yeah. Need to make sure I've got it all out. So I can set my valve then. Okay. They're about fully empty there. So what I'll do now is, well, this pot that I've got, it's one that I've designed anyway, it's my own build. I can actually just open bottom up, not by taking valve off, but I can open bottom up and clear out the rest of the media that's in that pot. Yeah, I could do with cleaning that off. So it makes a seal. Make sure there's no tint in it. Right, let's go and fill it up with some glass. Oh, I could slurry there. Yeah, I've got to go this way, haven't I? Because the boat's too bleeding big. Ugh. Right, we've got quite a little bit of a problem here. I'll just insert a clip round about now. I've got quite a bit of moisture that's getting through. So let's see if we can clear it. We've got a cloggage. So we're going to be towing with it now. We're going to be up against it. We've got damp media in pot, so we're going to be trying to clear it by just flushing it through. It's going to be quite tricky. It's going to be a lot of messing about now, and we're going to end up wasting a lot of media. I should have really dumped it, but I didn't dump it. I thought I was empty, so I filled it up with glass, but I've got a cloggage in valve. So I am wasting quite a bit here. I know another way how to help it out, but this causes a lot of backfire in this, especially when pot's full as it is. I don't like doing this. I need to clear whatever's in that valve, and this will be backfiring. All this media is going to be going back the way I don't want it to go. Oh, that should be enough. Come on now. It's got some damp media in bottom of pot. It's been stood about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days and not being used. We've had quite a lot of condensation and rain, so it's obviously I've got a problem here. I've got quite a big problem. I'll just try and persevere with it. It might just come through. But whatever's stuck in it, it's it's a fairly big piece because it's not coming down line. That should have pushed it out of the way now. There's only one explanation for it, and that's going to be damp media. Yeah, that Sandblaster is still stuck in pot. Can't even get rid of this, can I? It might. A little bit longer. I think what I'm going to have to do now is, I don't really want to do it, but I might have to just dump my full pot and clean it out. I'm going to end up wasting about, I don't know, 50 quid worth of media. I don't want to do that. I'd rather waste 50 quid worth of media doing this. Come on. Need it to dry up. It's not drying up. Come on. We need that shit to come out at pot. I'm going to have to go and dump it, I think. Yeah. Let's go and dump some media. I don't like doing this. In fact, I can open it up a little bit more and I can try and just choke pot a little bit and then see if that does it. All I've done there is I've opened the valve up a little bit higher than what I need. So quite a lot higher than what I need. Not what I like doing at all. So now it's bypassing, coming straight to my nozzle. It's going through my pot. So all my air's going where it doesn't, well, where it's not supposed to go. It needs must and all. Yeah, I can do this. I can do it on this pot. But I think I'll know when this is empty. Just get a good clean out. I just didn't want to waste this media that's already in pot because I've just filled it up. I don't want to waste like I say about 50 quid for media or whatever. So let's just see if I can do it. 3 or 8. Still getting a clean job. It's not affecting job in any way, so I suppose I'll just keep up that for now. It's quite a clean job, this. Steel seems to be in good shape. Responding well to Blaster. slowed down a little bit there. The media's just struggling a little bit now. It don't look like it is, but I can tell. It'll come back through again now. It's back. Oh, it's a lot on eye side. It's using a lot more than what I want it to. I suppose it's still better than dumping it in back at van. So I'll put it to use then. Right, I don't know where I am with this video now because my battery went flat and I don't know when it ran out. I've done down the other side. That's the bit that had the J-blasting, so that's iron silicate, and that's glass that's breaking through J-blast, so a bit of both, that's why it looks like that, and that's glass. I need to hit over that bit there because I was just running out of media on that last bit. So yeah, we're a good 2/3 of the way through boat now, so I've done all that, done underside and gone down that side, just coming up this side now. Sludge in there, so I've got to hold this because this fires up. That's attached to my arm, so if I pull that out, it obviously knocks that trigger off, but when I push that in there, it lifts that trigger up, so when I push it fully in, it's going to start. I need more room this side so I can get a better angle. Because this pipe's wanting to push me back, so that angle's wanting like that, is wanting to go that way. And it's quite tricky when you trying to do this area. Oh, the pipe got caught on that there, so I'm fighting against that then. Now it's going to do it again. This is your finished product. Let me get round here. These shadows at lights off at barriers. Let's get round here. And that's your iron silicate to glass. Wait, say that again, I didn't hear you. He's done a great job.
Lovely job.
Lovely job, he says.
Let's see what's I could at that lad.
So we've seen sunrise and sunset now. It's only setting because it's getting dark early. If you remember, I used to have two little ones there. One there, and it weren't good enough. Then I fitted that other one that were here, and that weren't really good enough. But I've also got this cooler here. It goes to about here somewhere, so it's about that big. So it's got two coolers on it as well. Right, at the end of that video you see me fitting a fan to them coolers. Them coolers are not to do with like cooling radiators on compressor for engine or out like that. All them coolers are for is the air that the compressor makes is travelling through them coolers. I've got to try and cool that air down to a reasonable amount so that then my water traps and my filters have got a chance of separating condensation out of air. It's nearly impossible, well it is impossible to separate like water out of compressed air if it's hot. So when it's cool it's a lot easier. Well, I don't know any other way of doing it without it being cool. So it goes through that first little non-compressor that's built in to the side. That's not factory, that's one that I've fitted. So that's a factory fitted one. And then it comes across to that other one, that other bigger one at the side. That's also not factory, that's something that I've fitted. And then from them it goes into my water traps and my air control and my filters. And then from there it goes to my pots, where my pot has also got another water trap, and then I've got an air quality control that goes onto my helmet. So then I've got another filter before my helmet, because don't just plug your air into compressed air and start breathing it through your breathable helmets, because it's not, you can't breathe compressed air. It's not good for you. Even when it's being filtered, it's still not good quality air. It's not like grade D air or whatever it is, but it's breathable. So that's how it goes through them filters. And I'm not an educational channel, so I don't be taking this as gospel or whatever, but this is what's on website and this is what's on their recommendations from when you're buying these filters, these cartridges for your helmet. They'll tell you change them every 3 to 6 months. Well, I suppose that'll vary on whatever your guys are blasting. So if you're only blasting probably once a month or whatever, yeah, probably do it once every 12 months. But the recommendation is do it every 3 to 6 months, anywhere in that lines. I don't mind it every 3 months, because yeah, you can't put a price on your health, and for what price are they? 40 quid, 45 quid for a filter. It's not worth it. Just change them. They're easy to do. They're only 6 bolts or whatever it is off the top of the filter. Take your cartridge off, put your new filter in, bolt it up, done. It literally takes about 5 minutes and it costs you about 40 odd quid in a filter. You can't put a price on health, can you? So that's that one. But yeah, that I was having some serious bother on that boat video. I'm just editing it now, but I was having some serious bother with condensation and moisture. It's that little fan that I had on at first. Them 2 little fans, they're alright in summer when humidity is quite low, or better humidity or whatever. But when it started just breaking off at end of summer, I needed to do something else because I was having this issue. So then I started with that other fan with shroud, but that's only a 12 volt fan and my compressor's a 24 volt. So I knew I'd got more power to give. I could speed it up if I could. But obviously I didn't want to burn no out and I didn't want to start no fires, so I kept it at 12 volt. So I bought that 16-inch fan. That's gone on, but that shroud, I've had to have it so close so my door can still open on my compressor, so my compressor door, and I can still get to my batteries and my serviceable bits on my compressor without having to dismantle everything. So that's the reason why I've done it like that. But it could have done with being sat back a little bit more, so then instead of it pulling as much as it can through middle, it would have done it through side and you shroud a little bit better. But I've been on a few jobs with it since, and touch wood, like it's still doing alright. It's doing what it needs to do. I'm still getting a little bit of condensation into my pot when it's under pressure hold. I don't see it when it's under pressure release. Oh, it's gone off. I don't see that on pressure release because obviously I'm not in van and I don't see my pot. But when I'm filling my pot when it's on pressure hold, I can dump my pot and I can see the condensation that's coming out in it. So I know that it's still getting some in, but I've not got the
snail trails, or so I know my air is good when it comes to blasting, so I ain't got no, it's not going to affect job in any way, not for a painting job or all like that. Maybe on specialist stuff, if you're having to follow specific specs and stuff like that, yeah, maybe, but it's more than adequate to blast a steel or a wagon or old steel and it not cause any interference with job itself. I'm talking about super specs. I'm talking about nuclear jobs I've been on where I've had to jump through super hoops, and even down to not being able to film it because my battery inside my GoPro isn't, I forgot to call it, but it didn't fireproof, it didn't spark proof or whatever it is, so I weren't allowed to take any filming equipment in with me. I weren't even allowed my phone, even my lamps that I used, them little lamps I put on bottom of blasting nozzle, I weren't even allowed to take them in. This is what sort of specs that they were after. Everything had to be, it's all because of sparks and everything like that. And it turns out that when you're blasting, the sparks that you see are called cold sparks, depending on media, definitely depending on media, but the sparks that you see coming off, and it obviously depends on substrate as well, so yeah, that'll depend. But the job that I was doing, the media that I was using, it was a cold spark, but yeah, it was a spark, and apparently that'll not set a fire, or it'll not cause an explosion. But yeah, I've been on a lot of jobs where I've had to jump through a lot of hoops, and when people see these videos and stuff, they're not educational. I'm not going to try and educate you on how to do all. If you can take out front videos, any tips, tricks or out like that, yeah, fair play. But if YouTube put a box at the end of this video and ask you were it educational or whatever, just put that it was, I don't know, an entertainment or a vlog or whatever. Don't put that it's an educational video, because my rankings dropped. I've got a YouTube ranking, and my rankings dropped because YouTube's put me in category now, because there must be a lot of people that's saying that I'm trying to educate them, or it's an educational channel and they're benefiting from it. I'd rather you didn't say that, because when you're saying that, it's YouTube sees it, because then I get put up against other educational videos, and obviously my ranking's crap because I'm not aiming to be an educational video, so then YouTube stops sending me videos out to potentially new people that want to see them. And my main goal is therefore a work vlog. It's a bit like a diary for me, really, so probably 10-15 years time I can go back on a couple of jobs and I can think, oh yeah, I remember doing that or whatever. But it's more like an evolution kind of thing for me. I wish I'd have started it when I first started blasting, because yeah, I'd have been able to pick up on a few things and maybe got a little bit further forward with my blasting career than what it is at minute, or what, if that makes sense. Because obviously I'd have had back in the YouTube comments and people saying, oh, you're doing that wrong, or you're doing this wrong, or whatever. But I learnt all that through hard way, and yeah, that's how I ended up doing it. So yeah, if you see out in these videos and it's good for you, just keep it to yourself, or tell whoever you need to tell, but don't tell YouTube that it's an educational video, just for that reason for me. So yeah, I'll cut it here because it's saying it's about 7 minutes this. But if you like this video, stick a thumbs up for us, maybe drop us a comment, let us know how you're getting on and stuff. And even if you're a blaster and you've learnt something from these videos, just drop us a comment and just say what you've learnt, or is there out that I'm missing that you know that I might need to be able to, well, spread love, because obviously if you know something and I'm not doing it, I'd like to know, because I obviously want to progress and be a better blaster if I can. So yeah, stick a thumbs up, yeah, you know what I mean, one of them at bottom.